Boy, that was a mess. I had to, something was wrong with the Twitch app on top of it. I had to, completely hard reset my console to clear it. For some reason, it was stuck in pause mode when I kept coming back to try to, corn's in. Most of it. Yeah, this stripe here is not. So, you know what? We'll wait. Boy, I'd love to get that back in the ground today. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock? 4:15? I just want to check. Run back over to the house here and check to see what, just to make sure everything's okay in here, because there's some wacky things that go on with this game. I'm just going to run up here real fast. Oops. Are these done? No, they're not. That can reset chunks, MD5 errors and whatnot. Usually, it only, I only know of it happening with crashes, and that wasn't a crash, but we had some weird chunk behavior just then, and I just want to kind of eyeball everything. Okay, well now that we know that our corn is at least coming in, I'm gonna run over to the base and drop all this food and drink off. Make sure everything's okay over there. And then we're gonna go check out where that path leads to. I want to see if there's a POI there. And then we're gonna run back and at least harvest our corn so we can get seeds made. I don't know if we'll have time to plant it tonight. It's now, well, maybe. It's 4 o'clock. Maybe. Good. See, everything looks good here. Everything looks good here. I'm gonna assume all is good underground too, but we're gonna go down there and dump this food real fast. Cool. Now, where's that? It's right over here. Now it wants our poncho again. Alright. We're going to take the small trees out. I don't want to take too many of the big ones because I think they look kind of nice. And also it's good to have them here in case we need to run up and snag some trees. But this little scrubby stuff and the small trees we will. Nice. Got that. Well, I guess I didn't. I'm glad I checked it. Okay, here's our path, right? Yes. It's now 5 o'clock. We got 30 minutes real time before we gotta be in. So, good. I tell you, the wood adds up nicely, quickly. Especially once you get a decent axe. It's even better with steel. Also, I'm noticing, by the way, if there is a POI, it's not anywhere near our base, which is great. Or where we're going to be building. Although maybe, I don't know. I'm going to give this a good look around before I make any bold decisions beyond what we're already doing. It might be worth building up here. Yeah, there's a house. I'm not going to go all the way up there because they're going to be Zeds, and I don't feel like dealing with a big fight. See, we check that. That stump, that is. Nice. I think this leads out to the trader. I think. Pretty sure. Yes. Trader's out there. So there's a house up here and the trader's out there. We got a nice little piece of land over here. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's grab these little scrubby ones. I've got meat on me. So we should probably, you know what? I knew I had a flashlight. That's gonna come with us. That's gonna come with us. Nah, I'll take it. We got time. We got time if we get aggro. Nice. Maybe kind of stay away from the POIs a little bit. Over here on this side, just kind of do this as we make our way. Six o'clock. We got 20 minutes. Yeah, so we're being hunted now. That one patch of corn still isn't in. But you know what? We can harvest enough to go ahead and make seeds tonight. Come out and plant it in the morning. Same thing for the goldenrod. I can go in here and that. The meat. This I'm gonna keep on me. That's getting scrapped, and this I'm gonna keep on me also. And this is gonna come with us. We just need enough to make 200 seeds. And then we'll come out in the morning. That all should be ready by morning. See, this isn't ready, but this in the rear is. It's weird. Get some weird input lag. You know what? Xbox version of this game, I love it. I absolutely love it, and it's not as bad as people make it out to be. But yeah, it's got some issues. Mostly that big crash bug that'll nuke your base and stuff like we saw before. But it's just generally, I think pretty much most things beyond the big nuclear bug is just it's not optimized very well. But But it's a great game, and I can't wait for that patch. Well, actually, I kind of like the game as it is. If I wanted to play with all the new stuff, I just go play on PC. I have that version too. Um, but I love playing this on console. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because I just started on console. So I think I'm also lazy. I just like playing on console. Sit on the couch. I find these days most games that they're I have a more than solid gaming rig. It's pretty beefy actually. It's like what would have been top of the line about 2 years ago, like absolute top of the line. It's got a 1070, nice 6700 K processor. I've got what is it? The M2 drives running in a RAID. Nice Asus motherboard. The Maximus 9, I think it is. Like I've sprung for fast RAM, and I've got 32 gigs of it. I mean, it's just nice solid gaming machine. It could probably stand to have a 1080. It would be the next logical upgrade, but with all the prices on those earlier in the year, I thought about doing an upgrade, but with the prices on those, I decided against it. But I think they've come back down though. I heard. But anyway, my point being is like I've always been a PC gamer more than a console gamer. I just bought my console really to play Assassin's Creed 10 years ago. I got my 360 for that. But the way gaming is now, it used to be the difference between console and PC was a huge difference. Like it would determine what games you played. Where you played more arcade kind of games on PC. Wait, what are we gonna make? Let's see what we got here. We've only got 31 cornmeal. We're gonna make tea. Is what we're gonna do. Oh no. 1726. Great. It's 8 o'clock. I gotta remember to grab that meat. Actually, no, I don't. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Because it needs to come back over here anyway. And I'll just, well, you know what? I will grab it because that'll remind me to bring all this back over in the morning in case I could forget, but, you know. I will. That's why I can't wait to get everything in one place and organized. Because I forget. But yeah, no, as I was saying, it used to be whether you played on, if you gamed on PC versus console, it heavily dictated what games you could play. You know, console games tended to be arcade type games, kids games, you know, stuff like that. The stuff you think of when you think, you know, classic console, and that started to change about, you know, like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. Certainly in the last 10 years. You know, it's you know, there are a lot of great games on console, and there's not a whole lot of difference a lot of times. I mean, you know, I'm you know, as a PC gamer also, you know, I'm down with people who prefer PC because they're, you know, A, because they're used to mouse and keyboard, or B, they like the you know, the extra performance. But generally, that's usually like in a lot of games, a great many games. The only difference between the PC version and the console version is just, you know, the ability to use mods and performance and graphics and things like that. You know, customability. Which is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that or saying that's not a big deal. I'm just saying, for me, for a lot of games, it's just not that big of a deal. I'm perfectly happy sitting on the couch on my. I have an Xbox One X, and I'm exceedingly happy with it. Uh, but yeah, but no, with this game, it's definitely one of those games where, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep this because we'll use it. We're gonna spam craft once all this is done. So this is definitely one of those games where the PC version is light years ahead of the console versions, I should say. And for some reason, I just love playing it on console. I don't know why. You know what? The game is well, I'll tell you exactly what it is. There aren't tons of really deep games like the. Generally, you have to be on PC to play a really deep game like this, even in its, you know, in its lesser form on console compared to the PC version. It's still an amazing game on console. And secondly, more specific to the game, and we don't have a lot like it. You know, generally these types of games you have to be on PC to play. In fact, you'll notice most other games that are comparable or considered comparable to 7 Days, you know, are PC only. The other thing about this game specifically is it's, you know, such a great game. It's complex enough. Where am I? Where is my? I'm in completely the wrong place. Okay. So we're here. We knocked that out. Knocked that out. Okay. So this frame goes. Okay. There. Okay, now we're back on track. I've had enough to do with the learning curve. I love games with a learning curve like this one. They're deep with a deep learning curve like this one. You know, not every single game, but you know, like if it's the kind of game I can get into and it has a, you know, big learning curve and a lot of depth, you know, I'm all about it. I'm specifically not into zombie games on paper. It's kind of one of those things my friends and I always kind of made fun of for years when we thought it was a fad, you know, when at first everything became zombie games. But I made an exception for this just because the game was so freaking cool. And now I found I don't really hate zombie games. It's funny how that works, isn't it? But I've had enough to do with the learning curve and getting into this and just things to explore and try and everything with the console version that I just haven't felt the need to go to the PC version. I will eventually, probably rather soon, I think, maybe. There's just still some things I'd like to do on console. Nice, always love getting a bunch of iron. I feel like I'm forgetting to do something, but I don't think I am. Gotta love an iron deposit. Looks like there's another one when we come around next time. That's great. Yeah, sort of. It's usually surrounded by sand, or you know, has sand around it. Maybe not completely surrounded, but yeah. Sure we're in the right spot. Okay. Oops. Beautiful. That's fantastic. Considering we're in the midst of digging. Look how much faster that goes. I'm loving all this iron. Maybe we'll have a stack for tomorrow. Or 2 stacks to stick in the forge over there. God, this is great. See, I knew that was coming like clockwork, so I left that space for my poncho. I need a coat. I need a coat. I need a coat. Let's get these going again. Yeah, we've gotten a nice bit of iron from all this. There's a lot we're not getting in the walls, too. It might be tempting to kind of pop some of this out before we collapse it, but I'm not going to mess with it. It'll be a big waste of time. And probably dangerous, but it's tempting. Because there's a lot. There's a lot on this inside thing. Like, look at all this all up in here. Take that out. I don't know. It might not be that dangerous. I gotta keep remember to spam craft. I can keep forgetting about these. Gotta keep an eye on our stacks of iron size. Probably wouldn't kill me to go stick that food in the chest, but kind of don't want to take time to do it. We'll just have to stop making as many axes. Yep, here it comes. Speaking of which, it's absolutely pouring outside my house right now. This is kind of dull, but I find there's something kind of meditative about it too. Like there's, I don't know, like I get tired of doing it, a lot of it all. Like when we get the Horde base and the production base built and the storage area that goes off of that built, I'll definitely be ready for a break from digging. But I don't mind this actually. I kind of dig this about this game. I wish augers were more viable, more prevalent on console. I have to look into that for if we, you know, there are some like big projects I'd like to do, like once, you know, we're set here, further on down the road, you know, like late game type stuff, like other bases and maybe a tunnel system, you know, that kind of thing. And having an auger would be fantastic. Gonna be 40 for that, I think. What are we? It's getting there. I think some of these points are gonna have to go into, now that we've got miner 69 or max, because we're not ready for steel yet, because we got like another 20 points of construction tools we got to do for that. I think we're gonna have to start putting some of these in Quality Joe and doing some looting. I kind of want to go, maybe when this pit's done, maybe we'll go take down the ostrich and get a bunch of leather out of there and see about a wrench. Because the last time I took one of those down, I got a couple of dusters, and I badly need a coat. Loving all this iron. get some nourishment going on here. This gives a nice little wellness boost. Considering you don't have to hunt for it, you can farm it. Well, it's 3:30, and I like to reset the stream at around 3 a.m. every night, just because of you know to keep crashes from happening and tempting an MD5 error. So I'm thinking when I get back around to the frame over here, I'm gonna stop it. I know we stopped midstream, but I kind of want to keep it on that same rhythm for the YouTube uploads that I do. And then I'm gonna take a quick break, and we'll see about some farming in the morning, getting some more food produced, and might even go ahead and blow some points on quality. To see how far into quality Joe we can get, and go do some looting, or maybe get towards. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that far into quality Joe just yet, but we will see. I kind of wouldn't mind leveling once more. I have like 60 points to work with. Alright, well this is a good stopping point. I'm going to stop it here, and I appreciate everybody joining. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. This is kind of an interesting session, even though we had that bug. I will be back very shortly. I need to take a break and get something to eat, but I will. I'm sure be doing at least one more stream tonight. So I hope to see everyone soon. Thank you.